and gave them to the senior center, and they're going to be distributed. There's going to be a group of cards. I think they had like over 60 Valentines. And so about 30 of them are going to go out with Meals on Wheels. And then the rest, I think, are going to be sent out to those seniors that don't even have internet connectivity or email. So it'll be nice that they receive something in the mail.
I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was really nice that the library did that. My husband and I actually picked up some cards and colored them in and wrote something inside. So I thought that was really nice that Nikki did that.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Then someone donated a group of magazine subscriptions to the senior center, which I thought was really nice. And so those were sent to a group of seniors, again, who don't have any internet connectivity. So just something to connect them with the world in their mail. So that was good. And then Stephanie has set up some craft things to do that seniors can pick up. Again, some cards. They were, you make your own cards. They were birthday cards, I think thank yous, just general greeting cards. And then next month, there's going to be a craft kit to make birdseed bells.
Oh,
so keeping, seniors active.
yeah.
And I know that some younger people have picked them up from the senior center so that they can work with their older parents or aunts or uncles on them. So I think that's nice.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so those are a few things that the senior center is working on, Stephanie and Cheryl.
Awesome. Missy, you want to give us an LISB update?
We're doing some programming. Arlene is doing, can you guys hear me okay?
Talk as loud as you can.
Arlene is doing some in-person programming with the little ones, like very small in-person play groups. I'm not doing any in-person programming right now. I am meeting with my high school kids weekly via Zoom, and they're champions for hanging in there and meeting via Zoom. It's too big of a group to meet in person, so there's nothing we can do about it. And they're working on a project right now. Actually, we have to raise money for we give out a scholarship every year to a few seniors. And whatever money they raise over the course of the year is the money that we give out for our scholarship. So it's all kind of on them to figure out how they want to raise the money. And Michelle, you'll like this idea. I think they're actually selling yard signs for people to put in their yard, but they wanted the message to be kindness. So they're selling these kindness yard signs, and all of the proceeds are going to their scholarship.
I love it. Do you know what the sign says?
Well, we have a couple designs right now. They're in the process of voting, but
okay.
The sign's gonna say, it's so cute. It looks like it's gonna say treat people with kindness.
I want to buy one.
I do too. How do we get them?
I want one too.
As soon as like the design is finalized, they're gonna make a video that's gonna go on social media.
Oh my God, this is gonna be popular. I can already feel it. I do.
It was all them, which was really cool. They were, with like just the state of the world and people arguing about things and whatnot. They really wanted to promote kindness within the town, which I thought was great. So,
well, you guys know too, that's the Harry Styles, right?
Exactly. That's where one of the girls designed this thing, and it's kind of like rainbow color. It's so cool. Yeah. She loves Harry Styles, and people were concerned, like, well, not everybody likes Harry Styles, but I think even if you don't know that it's a song, it's still a great message, so that's what we're doing now to raise money. Hopefully, I freeze.
Oh, I lost everybody for a second.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. I was like, I thought it was my computer. Was it everybody?
Everybody.
With me too. Yeah.
Oh, WebEx glitch. Interesting.
You'll see TPWK. Like BLM, Black Lives Matter. You'll see TWPK. Like my daughter has it in beads on her shoelace.
Well, I mean, no offense at all to Harry Styles, but people have been saying treat people with kindness before that. So I don't think he gets full credit for that saying. But
Just enhancing the message along with the rest of us.
I love it though. You know what, Misty? I write sometimes for the Limeline. So when we get close to that being out, let's do an article on it too, that the Limeline can post. Like, yeah, this is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And they can, it's like really hard with this group this year because we're not meeting in person. So it's a nice way that they'll be able to raise some money without, we've missed so many events that we normally do that they may
Yeah.
So,
And it's such a good cause too. I would buy like 3 or 4 and give them to people, you know?
yeah, thank you. Yeah, so as soon as we get a little bit closer, I'll definitely fill you guys in. I'll show you like the mock-up of what it looks like.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
During that time.
Missy, I can't remember. I'm sorry if I'm just having a brain fart, but I know at one point, right, the kindness video that students had made previously ended up being shown, right, for like a kindness thing at the schools.
Yes.
Was that a long time ago, or have we just not seen you and I'm just not remembering?
No, it was supposed to be a long time ago, but then COVID. So I think it was in October.
Oh, okay. And did that go well?
Yeah, it went amazing.
Oh,
It went so
good.
well that the middle school asked us to do one for them for one of their advisories.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Did I ever give you the video?
No, I don't think so, but I would love to see it.
I can send the video to you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send it to the group.
Awesome. That'd be perfect. Hi, Katie. Jen, did you have anything? Oh, it's okay. We're just kind of doing around the table updates on what's going on with folks since we haven't met since December. Jen, did you want to share anything from your office?
Yeah, I have 2 things. One is we're still working together with LYSB, the town of Lyme, the town of Old Lyme for the COVID relief fund. So we know that some of the emergency orders are still in place. There's not a lot of evictions going on or foreclosures. The energy, moratorium is still on. You're not going to get your power shut off, but we anticipate, as spring comes, we still might have problems, and there is still money in that fund. So if you know of anyone who's struggling financially, who needs a little assistance, just direct them to us. There's a link on the town's website and LYSB's website. We just want to keep it out there that that's still available to people. The second thing, and you might have seen this, and Michelle posted it to the town's website, but we have a COVID vaccine line for Old Lyme residents. So with the over 75 crowd, my mom's 82. She had a little bit of trouble getting on and getting the appointment, but she did it. But a lot of people are experiencing some troubles. And now you know that starting on Thursday, they're going to open it to 65 and above, which is like twice as many actual people. And you'd think that they'd be a little bit more computer savvy, but you don't know. So
Yeah.
if people are having troubles with with making an appointment or struggling or having questions, they can call this vaccine line. I had already reached out to Katie and Linda Alexander at the library, actually, because they can help people. And a lot of libraries around the state are helping people register through the VAM system. CVS is also offering the vaccination now, too. So we're just trying to help people. Stephanie at the Senior Center helps people. We're trying to get as much as we can so people aren't frustrated with trying to get that vaccination.
Thank you for those updates.
Those are my updates.
Katie, we're over to you. If you don't mind speaking to the donated books too, that would be great.
Yeah.
Which,
So,
by the way, just as a sidebar, our greeter Kirk on his lunch break at 1 is going to bring the bookmarks over, so you don't have to come over.
thank you.
Welcome.
I love it. I was just making myself a note. I ended up being out of the office again yesterday because of school closures. But, I appreciate that. Yeah, so we thank you all for helping guide us with the donated books. So we are all set. The bookseller managers, John and Claudia, are working with Audrey at the food pantry, and we're going to be distributing children's books pre-sorted by age. They'll be packed up, and Michelle has made a bunch of bookmarks on behalf of the Kindness Committee that we'll be integrating with those packets. And they'll be distributed probably about a month from now. We want to wait until the volunteers are bringing everything out to the cars. And so just doing it when maybe it's not quite so cold and quite so slippery and everything else. But that's firmly in place. It's a go, it's happening. So we're super excited about that. The other kind of related, or not related, but comparable program we have going on, Nikki has implemented this month a neighborly notes program, so people can come pick up packets. She's coordinated with Stephanie at the senior center, so they're kind of like Valentine's, love you, thinking of you cards that will be distributed through the Meals on Wheels program, as well as mailed to seniors in the community. And she actually just sent me a screenshot a few minutes ago of all the submissions she's received to date, and it's a lot. So we're super excited.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's been really, we actually had a board meeting last night, and I was talking with board members. I think, people are so starved for, interaction with people. We're hearing people who are new to town who are signing up. We're hearing and talking to them so much more than we ever have. And it seems like people are looking for ways to get involved and to give back. And we're just really so fortunate to be able to provide, small little ways for people to engage and get to know other people in the community. So that's been a big success. It's still ongoing, but we're doing that. I'm trying to think, other than that, our appointments are up. January was busier than December, but we are still operating by appointment.
Can I make a point? I don't know what took me so long, but I finally made the appointment, and I'm just in shock and awe. It was amazing. I mean, if you have not gone in there, they only take 3 appointments at the top of the hour. It's very safe. It's very, there's not crowds of people. And I just got the tour, and we checked out books, and it was phenomenal. I encourage everyone to make an appointment and go.
Yeah, it's funny because we're so used to the space now. Whenever I hear someone who hasn't been in, it's like, oh, that's right, we have a new space. It's been quite the year and a half, but yeah. So the appointments are going well. I think our biggest struggle right now is connecting people who are looking for vaccine help, but also tax season is upon us, and we've always been a physical distribution point for tax booklets. We are still for federal forms, but Connecticut is not distributing physical copies of the Connecticut form this year, and so we're getting a lot of questions about that because people like the paper copies. But we're here to help. But if anyone asks you, no physical forms from the state.
Okay. Well,
suggestion about the donation books for the food pantry. If it works really well with the kids, I think we should do it for adults too. Take a book.
Yeah. So I was actually talking with Joan and Claudia, and I guess a while ago there was a gentleman at the pantry who was coordinating with the bookseller to get books, and they weren't quite sure what happened, but the program kind of fell through and it stopped. But it sounds like maybe there's an openness again for doing more there, and the bookseller is more than willing to make it a permanent thing. It's just a matter of getting the appropriate parties on board and figuring out we want a solution or a process that works for everyone. That's not too onerous.
That's great.
And my last little thing, and I'll stop, is I want to always plug the Free Library that's at the LISB. There's other ones in town, but that one's a great one too. So.
Ooh, I could put kindness bookmarks in those books too.
Absolutely.
At the library. I'm going to do that.
I'm sure Chris will walk right over there and do it.
Our front hall greeter, Chris, is amazing. He's like super kind guy. Bookmarks.
Yeah, just to mention Chris, my husband was in the town hall the other day, and he mentioned Chris and how wonderful he was. So you can tell.
He really is.
Yeah, he was helpful. He said, "I'll bring us right over to the office. No problem."
He did. As a sidebar, I have these, Jen. This is a different one than the one I gave you. There's this artist who makes cards, and I buy her cards online. And I don't know if you can actually see this, but this says "Employee of the Moment." It's like a stack of these. So I actually gave him, she got the Everyday Achievement Award from me, but I also got these Employee of the Moment ones, and I gave Chris one today.
Oh,
Excellent.
Because he goes, like, he will stand there and he opens the front door for people before they come in. The other day, Monday, we saw him run outside with a snow shovel, and he shoveled snow for someone so they could more easily get on the sidewalk. Like, he's just super kind.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Anyways, well, I will thank you for all your updates.
Kindness award.
That's a good idea. Actually, you know what? I have to find out when he is leaving for his next job, but we could give him an award like when he's that month that he's leaving. It might be April. I'm not sure.
why do you say that, Michelle?
I know. I told him I wanted to figure out how to hire him forever, but alas, he wants to be a chef. So
Oh,
he's gonna leave us at some point. That's a great idea, though. I love that. I was just gonna say, so thank you to all of you for your updates. I'm constantly impressed by all of you. You really do amazing work, and you've kept it going through COVID, which is an incredible feat. And I just really appreciate everything you do for the people in our town, and that you're part of this committee. And I really enjoy working with each of you. All right, let's see what we have next. Oh, okay, so since we didn't meet last month, I just wanted to really quickly recap our home holiday decorating contest. It went really well, and honestly, it was pretty easy to do. So if we want to consider making it an annual thing, I think that we definitely can do that. I was surprised, I was thrilled. We had, I think, 21 houses participate, which was beyond my expectations. That was wonderful. And then I can't remember now, but I think we had like 70 or 80 people vote for the homes, and then we picked the top 3. And I was able to, I made a little certificate for each one, and I mailed out their gift cards or gift certificates to them too. We were able to get the Hangry Goose, the Chocolate Shell, and the Bowerbird to each donate $25 certificates. And I heard positive feedback that people liked it, and they liked having this socially distanced activity. They could drive around town and see the different displays. So I think that was really a success.
I think it was.
And we loved it. It was like we made hot cocoa in the car and put on Christmas carols. And I heard that from a number of people. I think if we did it again, like there's some things we should do, like maybe list them kind of by area of town, so like I feel like it was like hard to figure out exactly like what route to take to like see everything, because it took like 2 hours to get like all through town. You know what I mean? But I think it was awesome. Like, I feel like a number of people like messaged me randomly, like, I know the kindness committee, it was great, so.
Oh, that's great. I agree. I think there's some things we can do to refine it next time. Like even the voting process, I realized we really only need to ask what their favorite is, and that will automatically give us 1, 2, 3. Because I felt kind of bad because there were like the person who ended up being 3rd wasn't in the top 3 of the first choice column. And I was like, oh, okay, we should probably do this different next time so it's a little more fair. Do you know what I mean? And someone said, what?
Did you see it?
I didn't get to see any because I'm never here when it's dark.
There was one house that went crazy. Like from a movie. Like I've never seen so many like you could get out. There was a tunnel. They had like cookies and hot chocolate outside, music playing. It was like, it was like above and beyond Chevy Chase.
And they didn't win? Yeah, okay.
I felt so sad for them.
Oh my.
Well, I think what happened is that it was on a road in Peppermint Ridge, like that I just feel like people didn't know where the road, people don't know these little, like, so I was thinking, even if it's like, you say by neighborhood, like Ridge, people would know, but the road was like Berberis or something. I've lived here my whole life. I've never heard of this road.
Oh yeah, I remember that road. Yeah, I hadn't heard of it either. Well,
I'm wondering.
Yeah,
just thinking. I'm in the process. We're working, for those of you we're doing the Witness Stones project, and I'm working on the website portion of that and playing with Google Maps and like marking the places, and it's super, super easy. So I'm wondering if people are comfortable, it seemed like people were saying, hey, my house is over here. You have to tell where your house is to be in the voting queue. I would be happy to set up like a Google map and mark out a route that people could, go directly to that link and see, and we can just add to it on the fly. I think it would be super easy. And that way maybe it's more fair for people who don't know where.
Yeah. Another suggestion that someone shared with me was maybe having a lawn sign that says this is participating home or something, so that when you're going down the street too, you can more easily identify that. So that's something we could consider too. We'd be able to get maybe a sign company to donate that to us next time. So yeah, all right, well, we're gonna keep it going then, since it was a success, and we'll make it even better next year. It's awesome. Okay, so then just our last thing on our agenda is our kindness award. I was able to give out the award in January to the owners of Nightingales, and they were so happy, and we had a nice article about them in the Limelight. We picked someone for February, but we missed it. So it was December that I did Nightingales, right? So we missed January, I think. Because Jen, aren't we kind of late with Gretchen? I feel like we are. Yeah, okay. So we had picked Gretchen to do in January, but we're going to do her this month. And Jen wrote a lovely article, and I have the award ready. So it's just a matter of letting Gretchen know, and then she'll come in and get the award. So we need to pick someone for March, and we actually have 2 nominations that came in through a Google form. I'm just going to open this up and read it to you. So we have an anonymous one submission for Heather Perrick. She's a resident in Old Lyme, according to this, and she's also a mail person here. Actually, she does the mail for Town Hall. So I'm just going to read you what this says. Oh God, it's so long. Okay, so it says, I would like to nominate Heather. I don't know who is sending this in. Wait, I don't want her to know who's sending this in. They want to be anonymous. She's a mail carrier here and a resident. Over the last year, they've spoken a lot. She makes special trips to elderly doors with their mail so they don't have to walk to the road, especially if it's icy out. She stops and picks up the newspaper for one person in particular and brings it to the door with her mail. Another elderly lady, she brings her mail to the door and brings up the trash cans, wow, and or brings them to the curb. She takes pride in her job, takes good care of her mail, and always gives a smile and a wave. No matter the weather, she delivers the mail in packages. I'm just going to kind of go through this. When the pandemic started, she was delivering and walking Lime Street while 9 months pregnant. That's true. She had a baby boy, then went back to work while her baby's at home with the dad. She always goes out of her way for others. While on maternity leave, she stopped by to check on some of the elderly, leaving a birthday gift to one lady turning 93, and visited through the door with the baby since no one was having visitors back in May. It meant the world to this lady. During the holidays with the pandemic and people not gathering or visiting, she takes the time to say hi and let others know they are not alone and can depend on seeing her when she doesn't have a day off. Not only is she a friendly face to see to some of us on the daily, and the elderly and little children too, who love seeing her mail truck go by and wave. She had small replica mail trucks during Christmas, and she gave them out to some of the small children. There's so much more she does. I would just like to recognize her. She's the sweetest, most kind person, trying to make people feel cared for and delivering our much needed gift supplies for the house, foods, and essentials. Well, that's a sweet recommendation.
Amazing.
Yes.
I see her, like, I mean, not that you need any more recommendation, but she, like, is on that People of Old Lyme group or whatever on Facebook, and I feel like whenever somebody's complaining about the mail, she, like, gets to the bottom of whatever the issue is. Like, well, I know, I looked into it or whatever, and I always think that that's so nice because she could just be silent and not say anything. And
Yeah.
I think she's super nice. I mean, she delivers to LYSB. She's super nice.
Well, how do you feel? Shall we make her our March awardee? I'm seeing all nodding heads. Jen, did you have a comment?
I just want to see who the other one is. You said there was.
Oh, okay. Well, we could also do the next person for April. Let's see. So the next people are Bill and Judy Archer. Hold on, let me read this. Oops. Okay, it says, the Archers are the perfect example of what volunteerism is all about. They've been Meals on Wheels drivers for years and often do wellness checks on their route. When Hurricane Sandy hit Old Lyme, Bill and Judy spent over a week single-handedly feeding dozens of people at the senior center. This was before the town formed the respite committee, of which they're both charter members. At any time, you can find Bill or Judy helping out at the center, even during the pandemic, helping with food opportunities or making weekly calls to chat with members. Their kindness and compassion for others are an example for all of us.
Bill helps with emergency management too. When we do our drills, he's there. Our millstone drills, he helps out as well. So.
Okay. Jane, do you know them from the senior center?
I know them. Yes, so I agree. They've been doing a lot for a while. And they are always there lending a hand. They're actually neighbors of mine, so they're very helpful in the neighborhood too.
Great. So do we want to say we'll highlight them in April? Yeah. Okay.
That's good.
And then I'll find out when Chris is leaving us,
Hmm.
and we could honor him. That would be really nice. Okay.
I'll just mention so you have it like in your records and we don't
Yeah.
forget. And this doesn't have to be now, but one person I thought we could give the award to would be Dominic, the police officer. And I say that I just feel like he's at LYSB, I don't know about anywhere else, but always willing to do anything we need or ask. Like anytime we have something, he volunteers, he shows up, he does the youth and police grant with the kids. I mean, that's not happening right now, so maybe we want to wait, but like, I work like pretty closely with him and he's like just into doing things with us, you know? So I think that that's, if we ever have a month that we don't have, you know, that we can whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have made a note of that, Misty. All right. Well, that wraps up our meeting. Did anybody have anything else that you wanted to discuss today? No? Okay, awesome. Well, we will get the ball rolling on this stuff, and Jen and I will get Gretchen her award hopefully this week, and get an article out about that. And then we'll reconnect with you next month at our next meeting. Okay? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
See you.